Nature is beautiful, isn't it? Nature is actually beautiful until you pay attention to how things actually work. Before I discuss today's topic, I'd like to tell you about this crazy synchronicity that I had before my dad passed away. That morning I got a call from my sister. She told me that our dad collapsed and they had to rush him to a hospital. So I had to go, and I found them at a hospital, saw my dad. He was not in a good state. We had to stay with him the whole day. It was such a painful thing to experience, like seeing your dad in the state that he was in. It was a very long day. I remember when I got home, I didn't even know how to feel. I'd never been in a state that I was in that day. Like, I didn't even know how to feel. Like, I was totally numb and confused and felt like the world was about to end. I started to watch videos on TikTok. So I was scrolling. I came across a video of this guy singing in my mother's tongue. They were singing a song called Milau. I didn't know this song. I discovered it that day. It says, Tanan tam komba milau vanavanga. Tanan tam komba milau. Mingasali mi all over. I can't really sing. But what the song says is that, let me show you the way, my children. Don't ever fight. This is time for me to go. And I was like, I'd never discovered this song before. If I discovered it, I would have liked it because I do like the way that they sing it. Why am I discovering it today? And now? Is it a coincidence? So there was a part of me that kind of knew that my dad wasn't going to make it. It was like a message. Like I took that as a message from him. Whenever I see that we're not getting along as a family, I always try to solve the issue so that we'll get along. Because it felt like a message. I'm the oldest, so I guess I was the one who was supposed to discover the song. It's crazy how things work in this world, man. It's crazy the things that we experience as sentient beings. In a world that we don't really understand. Losing a person that you love, a person that raised you. They're gone. You never see them again. You ask yourself, what's really the point? We don't have the answers. We don't know where people go when they die. They're just gone. And you're going to miss them. Is it really worth it? Is this really a beautiful story? Like everyone is saying it is. Like it's a beautiful story. It all means something. It's all going to make sense in the end. Or we're just suffering. Because people don't even know when they're going to die, Something could happen to me while I'm recording this video. Someone can come with a knife and be like, yo, give me your phone. And of course I'm going to say no. And then they stab me and that's it. It's over. And my family have to mourn. Because they've lost someone while they didn't even expect that to happen. That's what life does to us. It breaks us. These experiences that we're having, if we are going to be as honest as possible with ourselves, it's like we're being tortured emotionally. And what makes it worse is that we're not given the answers, and I think this should make us more suspicious. Like, why don't we know anything? I think most of us have experienced loss, and we know how that feels like. Before I decided to record a video, I came across this clip on TikTok. It's the clip that actually inspired this video. It was taken from an episode of Rick and Morty. I forgot the name of the episode, but it was about these aliens who like to poop, I guess. So they will poop in Rick's toilet, and Rick will be mad. So he would hunt them down and unalive them one by one. So before he unalived this other alien, he told him that, hey, look, you can unalive me, but I would like to look at the picture of my wife first. And Rick was like, oh, I'll be doing her a favor. Yeah, I said something like that. I'll be doing her a favor because you're not like you. She might have a bad taste in men, blah 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 blah. And the guy was like, no, she's gone. She's dead. And I wouldn't mind to join her. My life has been hollow without her. You know, my life has been hollow since she left. You know, I said something like that. And that made me ask myself, what would it take for people to truly feel like this is worth it? To not feel like their lives are empty. Because feeling that way is sad. You know what I mean? Like just feeling like your life is empty. You know, you look at the world and you truly feel alone. You're not excited about life. You don't look at life as a journey that's exciting and it's something that you would want to, you know, go through again. You look at life as a lonely experience. Like you are in this journey where you are alone and you keep on experiencing things that you do not want to experience. And if you ask yourself if it's all worth it, the answer is always no. You were born, you had to go through school, had to work, if you got a job, or had to look for work, had to try to hustle, make some money, experience heartbreak, experience rejection. All of that, was it worth it? This reminds me of this scene from South Park, from one of my favorite South Park episodes. The episode is called Casa Bonita. So Eric Cartman, his friend Kyle didn't want to invite him to Casa Bonita. It was his birthday. He didn't want to invite him to Casa Bonita because he's mean to him. He wanted to invite another kid called Butters. So Eric Cartman had to make sure that Butters goes missing so that Kyle will end up inviting him. So he ended up inviting him. So while they got to Casa Bonita, Carl's mother received a call, and she was told that no, Eric Cartman is actually the one who was responsible for Butters for Butters having gone missing. So Eric decided, they told him that the cops are on their way, so Eric decided to go inside and play and all that. And after the cops got him, they were like, so kid, look, you had the whole entire town in panic, you lost all your friends, and you're going to juvenile hall for a week. Was it worth it? And Cadbury was like, totally. South Park really got me through a lot in this realm, man. But yeah, if someone asked you if it was all worth it, all the things that you've been through, what would be your answer? Would you be like, totally, it was worth it? Or would you be like, hell no, it wasn't? So yeah, I've been asking myself since I watched that clip, if there is something that I would experience that will make me feel like, yo, that was worth it. That will make me feel like my life is not hollow. So the guy on the clip said, yeah, my life has been hollow without her, meaning that his wife made his life meaningful, right? So after she was gone, he felt empty. You know, she left a void that nothing else could fill. But I think most people are feeling the way that he was feeling. Like there's a void that we've been trying to fill, and most of us are not able to fill that void. You look at life and you want it to be this rich, beautiful experience full of love and warmth, but it's not. It's like you're being tortured. Like no matter what you do, that's why we come up with some crazy solutions like detaching ourselves. I don't think that's right. Like when you think about it, I'm not saying you shouldn't detach yourself, you detach yourself, but I mean that's what's telling us that something is not right with this place. That the best solution that I can give you is detachment. Like that's literally the best solution that I can give you right now. I can't say, yo, learn to love life, learn to enjoy everything that is happening. I can't say that. I'll just be like, yo, you just need to detach yourself because life is kicking our asses right now. Like most of us are going through hell and we can't even be honest about that, right? Like life is kicking our asses as a collective. Like there's very few people that we can say, okay, maybe this one is kind of like doing well. But most of us, life is kicking our asses. Most of us have to slave our way in order to survive here, right? Do things that we don't want to do in order to survive. And we do these things for survival. Like we're not even doing these things for fun. We're not even doing these things so that we can enjoy the human experience. Like it's all about survival, bruh. And we're not even enjoying our experience. So we're surviving, but we're not enjoying what is happening. We don't find what is happening meaningful. The ones who seem to be enjoying this, even though things ain't going that well in their lives, are people who are telling themselves obvious lies and they're believing these lies, right? For an example, if you believe that you were sent into this world by God to worship Him, to serve Him, to be righteous, and after you die, you're gonna reunite with Him and you're gonna be happy, In heaven, there's not gonna be suffering, You just be happy, and those who don't listen to Him, those who do not obey Him, those who don't believe in this God that you believe in, they will suffer, and that somehow makes you happy, I guess. But yeah, it's people telling themselves obvious lies and believing these lies. And to believe some lies, you kind of have to dumb down a little, right? Like you can't make yourself believe these lies, even if you tried. But if you truly believed these lies, you'll be feeling much better. Because we live in a world that's very bad, but it's being made to look like it's good. So if you are gullible, it's gonna be easy for you to believe that we're having a positive experience. So you're gonna feel good, because it doesn't really matter what you tell yourself. Really, you can feel good even if you tell yourself like if someone came to you right now and they told you that look, you've just won $1 million. 2 weeks back, we were trying to select random people to win $1 million. We saw you, and we wanted to study you to see how you're living your life, and we feel like you're living your life very well. So we're gonna give you $1 million, right? If they convince you that you are gonna get that 1 million, you'll be happy, wouldn't you be? you'll be happy, right? Even if they were lying to you, but just because you're convinced, you'll be happy. Be like, yeah, we're gonna give you your $1 million 1 month from now. You'll be happy, bruh. Wake up in the morning, you're excited now. Yeah, I'm gonna get 1 million, and then they don't give you the money, and you become extremely sad. Extremely, like you're gonna pay for being happy. Basically, that's what be like paying for being happy, right? You become extremely sad. So lies can make you feel good. That is why. And I was telling this other girl this the other day. I was like, it sucks when I see a girl being fooled by a guy. You know that the guy doesn't love the girl at all. He's just lying to her, but she's happy. To the girl, it doesn't matter because she's happy. But the problem is that she will end up paying for believing lies to be happy. Because really, man, we all know what we have manifested. We already know what the world is. Deep down, we all know, but we can lie to ourselves. We can choose to believe lies that deep down we kind of know that these are lies that we are believing. But tell me in the comment section, I would like people to tell me what they feel like could make their life feel rich, right? Because I think most people feel like their lives are hollow. So what kind of experience would you like to have, or what would you like to have in your life that will make your life feel rich? That will make you feel like, hey man, it was worth it. If they asked you, an hour before this is all over, if they ask you, oh, was it worth it? You'd be like, yeah, totally, it was worth it. It made sense. It was a good experience. Yes, it was shaky in the beginning. There was a lot of confusion in the beginning. There was suffering. I didn't understand shit. But towards the end, it started to make sense. It's like watching a movie with a crazy plot twist. Like in the beginning, you'll be confused. Like, hey, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Watching movies like Pulp Fiction. Like, what the heck is going on? Nothing is making sense. And then towards the end, you're like, oh, now I get it. Now I see why that happened. Oh, I had to lose my dad on the day that I lost him, so that I can feel this way. And after feeling this way, so that I can do this, I can do that. It was all worth it. It all made sense. I would actually like to do this again because, yeah, this was actually exciting. The only problem was that I didn't really know what was going on, so it felt like I was truly in hell, but it wasn't. Like, do you think you could ever feel like that? Or even, or the story after it has ended, it will look more tragic than it looks now. Because now maybe there's hope. You're looking at life and you're like, yeah, maybe things are going to make sense. Maybe, yes, I might have suffered growing up, but you know what? It'll all pay off in the end, There's hope. Like, if we had to live our life backwards, I think a lot of people would be like, nope. Like, think about it. If they said, now you have to re-experience everything that you've had to experience. You are 30. You need to like you're gonna live your life backwards now. Things that you experienced yesterday, you're gonna experience them again. The things that you experience, like, that's how you're gonna you're gonna everything is gonna happen in reverse, right? You're gonna become younger and younger and younger. Like, I think a lot of people will be like, fuck that. Like, they're already tired of this movie. They're just hoping that the ending is gonna be beautiful. The whole ending is gonna make sense, and that's what keeps them going. It's hope. You don't want to experience this and it ends like that, like just end. So what would make your life worth it? What would make you look at life and be like, yeah, it was really worth it? You know, it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It was difficult in the beginning. Yeah, I've went through bullying. I was born in a poor family. My mother and father were drug addicts. My brothers were criminals. Like I was abused. They used to bring people into our house who mistreated me. Sometimes we would sleep without eating anything. We weren't even allowed to go to school. But in the end, it was worth it. Like I wonder what could make us feel that way, because people are suffering in many different ways in this world, man. You know, you might look at the situation and be like, yeah, I'm suffering, but people are suffering in different ways. And people, if they told you their stories, you'd be like, damn. It's just that now we're so damn numb that we don't even look at other people's suffering as suffering anymore. It's like everyone is living in their own world. Like, yo, man, I'm trying to make my grass greener here, bro. Like, I don't give a shit about anyone else's grass, because, you know, this sucks for everyone right now. So I'm focusing on me. You know, we're becoming more and more selfish because of our horrible experiences. Like, people have suffered so much that they're like, I do not know how to help another person. I do not know how to care for another person anymore because of what I'm going through in my own life. You see? Ever wanted to talk to someone and they just become annoyed about your problem? Like, you want to talk to them about your problem and they become so damn annoyed. It's like everyone has problems now, so no one wants to hear your problems. So we keep to ourselves, you know, like, yeah, well, who can I talk to? Besides, people don't even care. I'm asking myself, what can really make my life feel rich? And I haven't been able to come up with an answer. Like, oh, making money? Of course, I'll enjoy my money for a few years, but it will start to feel the same. I mean, what will happen if I have a lot of money? Of course, I'm gonna have a lot of fake friends. There will be a lot of people who want to be in my life, or they have a lot of enemies. A lot of people who don't want me to make it. I would be living in fear. Oh, what if I lose it all? What if things, you know what I mean? Like, I would enjoy some of the things that life have to offer, but for how long? How long until I become bored again? How long until I'll be like, yeah, I've traveled around the world. I've seen it all. You know, I've seen people worship me for having money. You know, yeah, I've seen girls treat me like I'm some kind of a king. You know, I've seen it all. I've dated all kinds of women, if that's, you know, interests me. You know, I've bought so many cars, if that interests me. I've bought gold chains, like whatever. Like, it will get to a point where it's boring. I came across a video on TikTok from Ray Williams, that guy, that Until guy. He was talking about Sean Kingston's story. Him scamming people for like jewelry, like that costs more than $500,000. And I'd be like, why would he even go that far? You realize that he was just bored. You know, he's just bored, that he just wants anything that's gonna make him feel something. Because why would someone even do that? Like, you don't have to do that. It's not like it's a necessity. There's a reason why a lot of people who are rich, you know, they're still working on something. It's not like when people are rich, they just stop looking for things. They're good now. They don't need anything. Nah, they're looking for something. They're all looking for something because they ain't satisfied. So it doesn't really matter what you get to have. Your mind will get used to it very easily. Very easily. Like, very, very. That is why you will find people who have the things that you want saying that they are bored and they're depressed, and you're like, damn, man, you're depressed and you got all this money. You know what I would do if I held your money? but they're bored, they're depressed, they're unhappy. They're used to the things that they have. Now they want to go to Mars. Now they want to meet some aliens or something. Like, they're just tired of everything, you know. Like the feeling that Will Smith described, like he calls it like he says, a lot of people talk about like being at the bottom, right? Being at rock bottom. Like that's bad, but he's like, have you ever experienced what I call, he calls it like cliff top or something like that. It's like, that's when like you have everything, like you have all the millions, right? You've experienced what it's like to be famous, what it's like to be recognized by everyone, what it's like to drive any car that you want, right? To live in any house that you would like to live in, you know, to have access to most of the things that you want. I mean, if you're Will Smith, you have access to a lot of things that people would like to have. Like, you have access to a whole lot of things. And he's like, do you know what it's like to have it all and realize that it still doesn't make you happy? Like Justin Bieber said in one of his songs, like, what if I had it all with nobody else to call? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, you can't have it all, bruh. And you find that still you feel hollow. You feel like there's something that is missing. And I've always wanted to understand, why do we feel like there's something that is missing? Why do we feel as if something is missing? Because no matter what we get to have, we always feel like there's something that is missing. No matter how many moments of joy you experience, like these fleeting moments of joy, like you could be experiencing joy, but it still feels like something is missing. It's just that, and this is the beauty of having options in this world, you can find ways to distract yourself. Right? If you are Will Smith, you're not that limited. If you're creative enough, you can find ways to distract yourself every day, because you have access to a lot of things. You could travel, could buy the most expensive wine and drink it, and you could swim. You could eat the kind of food that you like, or food that you never tasted before. You could start working on a new movie, start working on a new song with the artists that you'd like to work with. You could travel the world, you know, keep yourself distracted. You could buy the best weed. Like, you have access to a lot of things, but if you don't have money, you don't have access to a lot of things that you will need to cope. But what will keep you going is thinking that these things, if you got them, they're gonna fill that void. That void that's there, that you've never been able to fill. You're like, this sucks. Yes, but you know what? I'm working towards something. You know, once I get it done, I know that the void will be filled and I'll be alright. And then boom, you ain't alright. The void is not filled. It was a trick to get you to do things, to get you to sell your soul, because you'd find yourself doing a lot of things that you wouldn't really want to do, just to get these things that you think you want, and only to realize that the void isn't filled. And you ask yourself, what can I do to fill this void? There's a reason why you find people in the street who are addicted to things that I shouldn't even name. They're tired. They're trying to escape reality. Don't we get addicted to things because we're trying to escape reality. We're trying to escape the truth. We're trying to forget that there's this hole that we're unable to fill, no matter what we do. So you try some things and they make you feel good, and you're like, shit, I never felt like this before. Damn, I might have discovered something that will change my life. And yeah, but there's always a catch. Like there's always, and that should tell you something. There's always a catch. This reminds me of this episode from Rick and Morty, where Rick and his granddaughter met the devil. The devil was selling things that will give them what they want, right? If a guy wants women, the devil will give him something that will make all the women chase him. But you find that there's always a catch. So okay, all the chicks are chasing him now, but he doesn't he doesn't get an erection at all. So it's kind of pointless, right? So it's like these things that make people feel high. Like there's a catch. You lose your health in the process. So yeah, you're getting these things that are making you feel high every day, but you're losing your health. You're losing your sanity, value. People don't look at you like you're trash. Like it's not like food, nutritious food. Can you imagine if there was nutritious food that people can eat and they will feel like those guys would feel in the street? So you're not losing your health. You're actually becoming healthier, but you can feel that way while eating this nutritious food. Can you imagine? We should ask ourselves, why are these things that these people are taking in the street making people lose their health? Why is the world not, why isn't the world designed in a way that these things that we want to, like these feelings that we want to experience, like it's easy to experience these feelings without losing our health, without losing something. We should ask ourselves that question. Doesn't that tell us something about this place? Like you just are not supposed to get what you really want. Yeah, that someone is addicted to ecstasy. Someone is addicted. There's these videos on TikTok that are obsessed. These people will be addicted to this drug. So this drug makes them stand like this in the street and freeze. That made me laugh. They're so high that they just freeze. Some of them will just sleep while they're standing up. You're like, damn. But can you imagine if there was healthy food that would make people feel that? I'm not saying that's good, but I mean, people are trying these things because they want to feel good at the end of the day. They're trying to escape pain. They don't want to, just stay at this void and just suffer and be miserable. They're tired. So if they find something, even if it destroys their health, they'll be like, hey, anything to escape this shit. You see? You should say that life is not supposed to be good. That is why you're suffering. Like, do you know how hard you've tried to not suffer, but you still find yourself? So think about it. Think about your own life, like how hard you've tried to not suffer. The videos that you've watched on YouTube of people teaching you how to not suffer, they might not have been telling you that directly, but the reason why you want to learn something at all is because you're trying to escape suffering. So if you discover someone's teachings and you're like, hey, maybe this person has the answers, discover Buddhism, you're like, maybe they do have the answers. You discover Leo Gura's video, maybe they have the answers. This Benedictine's video, maybe he has the answers. You're trying to escape suffering. That's it. You're doing whatever you do. Even you watching this video now, right now. You're not watching this video so that you'll be miserable. You're not watching this video so that you'll suffer. It might even seem that way to another person. Be like, okay, why do you watch a person talks about how bad things are in this world? You're trying to suffer, but you're not. Like, you're like, I'm tired of these people lying about this place. So I want someone who speaks the fucking truth. I will feel better if I listen to someone speaking the truth, because I see life in ways that a lot of people do not see it. So I want a person who sees life the way that I see life. I feel better when I listen to someone who view life the way that I view life. We're trying to escape this suffering thing, and somehow we are unable to. Somehow life finds ways to make sure that we suffer. It would be like being in jail, right? Like they don't want you to have fun in jail. If they catch you with a TV, it's a problem. Catch you with the phone, it's a problem. You see, it's not about you getting rehabilitated. It's about you be like, they have to make sure that you still suffer. They have to be hard on you. That's why, and there's something that I never understood about jail, and this is something that I truly hate about jail. Like, the fact that they're allowing people to ape one another, because they do allow that shit. Like, they might make it seem like they don't allow it, because if someone get to report that something like that happened to them, they're gonna do something about it. But no, they actually do allow that shit to happen, but in ways that will seem like they don't want that shit to happen, right? They allow it to happen. If they didn't want that shit to happen, I don't think it will be happening, like, a lot. Like, every time a person gets arrested, they know that chances are there's gonna be some guys that will be trying to ape them. Can you imagine? I've listened to a lot of prison stories where guys will be trying their best to protect themselves, and still it happens. Find that some guys decide to just gang up on them, and there's nothing that you can do if it's like 5 guys pinning you down. You just have to pray that they don't destroy your ass. But the prison guards allow that. The prison system allows it. That's why it happens a lot, and there are no real consequences. And the prison itself is not held accountable for that shit. It's like, no. It's like, if something happens to me when I'm in a hospital, right? Like the hospital, there has to have good security there. There's a lady that got unalived where she worked, not very far from where I live, Protead Lane Mall. She worked at Pick and Pay. Her ex-boyfriend, this love shit is crazy, right? I keep on telling you that love is trash. So yeah, so her boyfriend, or her ex-boyfriend, I don't know, decided to approach her where she worked and stabbed her in front of her employees. So the family members decided to request for the footage so they can see what really happened, and they decided to sue Pick and Pay. Like, Pick and Pay should have protected, because it happened inside Pick and Pay. Like, why did they not do anything to protect the lady? So the reason why they felt like that is because it happened inside their shop. But I would also say it wasn't Pick and Pay's fault. But Joe, the prison system allows rape to happen. It's not like people can go out, so they have to be protected. It's not like if a person is in prison, they could just decide one day that, I'm done with this shit, so can I be allowed to be free? They have to be there and experience whatever is being experienced there. So it's just something that I never understood. Like, we pretend as if that is normal and that is okay. People getting 8 in prison. You find that you got arrested just for some minor, like you've done some minor crime and you got arrested and they put you in a cell with someone who's truly fucked up and they ape you. And there's no one that you can talk to. Can't open a case. I think that tells us that something is really, really, really wrong. Like, they want people to suffer, basically. So it seems like this world is that way too. Like, people should suffer. Like, they shouldn't be okay. They shouldn't have peace. So if life catches you having fun, be like, oh shit, that one is having fun. What can we do to ruin their day? Like, yo, let me send some archons. They're gonna figure that shit out. You know, they're gonna figure that shit out. There has to be something that's gonna happen. You know, I know. You know what? His phone should be stolen. That's it. Let's make this motherfucker's phone disappear. That will ruin his day, and that's it. Cause that we can't allow these motherfuckers to be having fun, bro. No way. This one seems to be enjoying his relationship. I know. Let's make his girlfriend cheat. That's it. We're good. Motherfucker is gonna suffer because we can't allow him to have fun and be happy. Let's make his partner lose interest in him. You know, she's gonna start to disrespect him. That's good. Because we control their emotions too, so we can make her feel like he ain't shit, so that she falls out of love with him and regret ever, you know, being with him, so that she'll treat him like trash. And we always have problems, bro. Everyone has problems. Where do you think these problems are coming from? Like, it's normal to be having problems. You're having problems that you can't even solve. It's just like you're having these problems so that you will grow. No. There isn't an amount of growth that will save you from suffering. Like, you still suffer. No matter how conscious you are, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how good you are, no matter how right you are, no matter how evil you are. Like, it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter. You cannot be in a way that will prevent you from, like, that will prevent suffering to happen in your life. Like, you can never, like, there isn't a state of mind that you can be in that will prevent suffering. You still suffer. So I don't know, man. I don't know what is it that I could get out of life that will make me feel like, yo, this shit was worth it, bruh. That will make me go and say what Eric Kedman say. If I'm asked if it was worth it, I'll be like, totally. Like, yeah, you know, I experienced this, I experienced that, you know, but it was worth it. It was totally worth it. I would like to do it again. I don't know if there's something that I can experience that will make me feel that way. And I don't know if there are many people who feel like this was worth it. And I'm willing to bet that a lot of people who think that this was worth it are people who believe some lies. It's like I told you that believing some lies could make you feel better. Just like if someone told you that you won $1 million, you'd be like, you'll feel happy even if you didn't win $1 million, but just because you believe that you won it, you feel happy. So some people could believe that this is worth it because of the lies that they believe, not because it was worth it. Like, if they didn't believe the lies that they believed, they'll be like, yeah, no, it wasn't. You see? Some humans are very good and lying to themselves and believing these lies that they tell themselves. Some humans are perfect at that. They'll tell themselves serious lies and end up believing these lies. Some humans are really good at that. You'll be surprised, like, dang, you believe that? But yeah, I believe it. And if you tell them the truth, they'll hate you. Because they're finding comfort in the lies that they believe, and you are there to work. It's the same as what Morpheus was doing to the people that he was taking to the real, what they call the real world, to Zion. I remember I made a video where I asked if you truly want to live in Zion, right? Because in the real world, things suck. The food sucked. The technology sucked. Places where they slept and sucked. Everyone was depressed. No one was happy. You don't have parties there. Like, everything sucks. But in the Matrix, that's where shit be going down. That's where people experience fun. So these people that be lying to themselves, they're living in the Matrix. And you're trying to take them to Zion. So they're going to hate you like, damn, man, I don't want to live in Zion. They're going to be like Cypher. That's why some people side with Cypher. Be like, yeah, maybe he was right. Because what was he experiencing in the real world? What was he experiencing in Zion that was better than what he was experiencing in the Matrix? Because we can say, yeah, Zion is the real world, so at least that's better. But what is he experiencing? That's why if people criticize those who like video games, you'll be like, okay, fine. If someone is playing video games all the time, you're living in the real world, you're miserable. Isn't their life better than yours? You might say, no, my life is better because I'm living in the real world. No, it isn't. If all the criminals that are in prison, if they created a simulation where they could go and have fun until they've saved their time, do you think they would want to live in the real world, or do they want to live in the simulation? But like, hey, fuck the real world. Like, I'm miserable here, so maybe I should save my time in a simulation because I'll be enjoying myself. I don't want to be miserable. I can't be miserable 24/7 because I want to live in the real world. So yeah, one can argue that Cypher was right. Yeah, we all want to experience what we want to experience, man. People do not want to suffer. People are tired of suffering, of feeling stuck, feeling alone, with questions that can't be answered. People are just resilient, man. It's one thing that you gotta know about people. People are more resilient than you think. They're so resilient that they can pretend as if they are okay. Ever pretended as if you're okay even if you're not okay? That's how resilient people are. Like, yeah, I'm not okay, but who cares? I just have to keep everything to myself and keep going. Because, well, what can I do? What are the answers here? See, people are coming from work tired as hell. And I'm willing to bet that most of these people do not enjoy their jobs. It's not like they're having fun where they work. It's not like they really know what they are doing or why they are doing it. They're tired. They get home, you find that things ain't even good at home. So they didn't have a good day at work, and at home things are worse. That's the life of most people. reminds me of the song Mad World. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Running early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. This is a beautiful scene, isn't it? Remember, someone suggested a topic that they wanted me to discuss, so I need to check. I forgot. Yeah, so if you want me to talk about a topic, video request, why do you prefer a business over 9 to 5 in detail? Oh, all right. And here's what's dope. It's another synchronicity. I was talking about that just now. Like, people ain't even happy coming from work. In fact, this wasn't planned. It's a real synchronicity. It's weird. Like, I didn't remember at all what video title someone requested. I would say it's better. It's way better than this. It's way better than this. It's way better than being in a rat race. If there was someone young who needed my guidance, I would advise them to think of business ideas. You see, the only problem with starting a business is having money to start your business. I think a lot of people do have business plans. They do know what they will do. For example, if I had $1 million, I would just buy houses and then people will rent those houses. I'll be making money without doing anything. Can you imagine if you had like 10 mil and you bought houses that people can rent? Like, you're good. Like, you're good. I'm talking 10 million rand. That's less than $1 million. Because I think $1 million would be like 17 million in South African rent. 17 to 18 mil. So I could imagine having a business like that. You'll be set for life. You don't need to do anything really. You just need to enjoy your money. So you can't tell me that that's not better than a 9 to 5. You can't tell me that that's not better than coming back home tired. But yeah, I would say that unless you're working a job that you like, and I know that most people are not working jobs that they like, it's way better to have a business. I do really wish that I didn't waste money going to school. Like, all the money that I used to spend at school, if I spend, because I didn't really learn anything at school. Like, to be honest with you, and school is not helping me now. I didn't really learn anything. So I imagine all the money that my father used to give me, like, yo, this is your pocket money. If I used it, if I saved the money since I was young, all the money that I spent going to school, and I was thinking business all the time. And my dad was introducing me to people who had successful businesses. But like, yo, this person has a successful business. This is what they're working on. I'm not because here's the thing about me. I'm always willing to learn what I want to learn, not BS, right? If I want to learn something, I'm going to learn it. I hated school because I was forced to learn shit that I didn't want to learn. But like, I don't want to learn that. Stop telling me about mathematics. I don't give a shit about mathematics. I don't want to solve the X thing. I don't give a fuck. That shit is not gonna help me. You see, so I didn't pay attention, but if it's something that I'm interested in learning, then I will automatically pay attention. So I would have learned a lot of things. By the time I reached the age of 25, I'm good. I have enough money. I didn't waste money at school. I've met the right people, connected with the right people. I'll be starting businesses that will actually work. What's good about a business is that you do not have to do too much. You see, with a 9 to 5, you have to do too much. With businesses, your businesses can always grow. Like, you can always get new business ideas, but without really doing too much. Like, I'm a person who likes thinking, coming up with ideas. So if you started a business, you'll find yourself coming up with ideas more than doing things. And you find that if you are good at what you're good when it comes to business, your ideas will actually work. So you have enough time to do the things that you love. It sucks to have to work with people that you don't even like just because you do not have a choice. Can you imagine you're not getting along well with your supervisors, you're not getting along with your co-workers, you're miserable at work. So there isn't a place where you truly have peace. Because if you're miserable at work, chances are you're going to be miserable at home. Because you're going to take that energy back with you. There are rules you must follow. Don't wear this, don't wear that. Don't talk like this, don't talk like that. I remember I was friends with someone who was working in HR when I was working in Johannesburg. He'll tell us, because we're still in an interview, he'll tell us that, when you get called for an interview, you need to dress like this, speak like this, walk like this. I'll be like, what the fuck? We're basically told that we shouldn't be ourselves. We all should be like everyone else, right? We should all act like robots, basically. If you use your hands a lot when you talk, you mustn't use your hands. Like now, man, like I'm able to express myself best when I use my hands. I shouldn't now behave like a robot just to get a job. Dress in uniform. What does dressing, like wearing uniform, really mean to you? You're looked at the same, like sheep, really, because they look the same, right? So you are, because that's what it really means. Like, why should people wear a uniform instead of wearing what they want to wear? Being themselves, because people are different. They want to express themselves differently. If I want to have tattoos, I want to have tattoos. If I want to wear chains, I want to wear chains. That's me. That's how I express myself. You know what I mean? If I want to have dreadlocks, I want to have dreadlocks. If you have your own business, you're free. You're free to express yourself the way that you want to express yourself. In fact, your business is going to be aligned with your goals and your character. Like, you're going to do business that you don't want to do. You'll do business that aligns with who you are. If you like rap music, maybe you'll organize hip-hop events. You'd learn all the things that you need to learn, or you learn how to produce, or you learn how to rap, Start your own thing. If you like music, you could buy a sound system that people can hire, or you become a DJ. Maybe that would make your life better. That will make you less miserable. Because the real goal here is to be happy. But if we can't be happy, then we should be less miserable than we are. So if happiness is impossible, then we should find ways to be less miserable. You look at someone living in a house like that and be like, that person is happy. Like, nah. It just doesn't work that way. Especially if you are working a job that you do not like. But the real truth is that we are all in a trap, trying to find our way out. Hopefully we all do. Thank you for watching until the end. Like the video, comment, tell me what topic you'd like me to discuss, share the video, subscribe. Thank you all, guys.